Hi, I'm Grandpa Gary, and I just got here. Today I'm at the church parking lot with the Fun Cub 1100mm kit that I picked up on Banggood. This airplane I picked up, I don't know, it's like $50 or $60, and I was able to use some equipment that I had laying around the house, and I got a brand new looking airplane. So I thought that was pretty cool. Thought I'd share that with you guys. I was able to use the flight test motor that I had on the FT Simple Scout that I built live. I used that along with the other equipment that I pulled out of the F-15 from E-Flight. So it's actually got a 4S battery in it today, but I do have a really small prop, so it's not going to fly super fast or anything. I'm hoping just to have a nice smooth flight, and we can prop it up, go bigger size on the prop later if it feels like it needs it. It's got 4 servos. They're like the 9-gram size, I think. Whatever comes in the F-15, I'm pretty sure that's what I got in here. And looks like everything's working right. So let's get this thing in the air and see how it does. Haven't flown this yet, by the way, so who knows how this is going to go. All right. Little to no wind today. Everything seems to be in order. We're going to take off towards the church here. Ooh. Okay, it's got a little bit of tendency there. Okay, I'm rolling a little bit right and climbing, so let's work on the climb first. I tried to set up the surfaces as flat as I could, and still a little bit nose up. I did put an orange RX receiver in here. I am flying about half throttle right now. So even though I thought I put a really small, still just an ever so slight right roll in it. And I'll be able to do some dual rates in this because I do have a lot of throw. I didn't put any dual rates or any expo in it today, so it's all me. I think I got it pretty straight now.
Timer stop. Timer start.
It's handling pretty good. One really cool thing about this kit was that the way the wing went on, there's a couple little quarter turn plastic screw type things that go in. That was pretty awesome. It makes for a really quick, and they're indexed, so you can really tell which way they're supposed to be. All right. So it's flying really good now that I got it trimmed out. I have to look at how it is and maybe realign the stuff and go back to zeros on my trims. About all it could take to roll over to the left there.
Timer stop. Timer start.
This flight test motor went straight into the ground when it crashed on that Simple Scout, so it does have a little bit of a rattle sound to it, but it's still performing pretty good. And I didn't expect it to need to be too good for this airplane. I am using a smart battery by Spectrum.
Time remaining 2 minutes. Timer stop. Timer start.
So I think a lot of the electronics in this, other than the FT motor,
Timer
is
stop.
Spectrum.
Timer start.
But it's handling good, and it looks pretty good because
Timer
it's
stop.
brand new, right? So it was pretty awesome to be able to take some old electronics that I had laying in my shop from a crashed airplane and put it into this.
Timer start.
I'd like to get a touch and go here since I need to slow it down just a little bit. It does have
Stop.
like the markings.
Timer start.
Oh. So the touch and go wasn't about to happen, but we'll get her lined up for a normal takeoff again. It was wanting to wander a little bit. Looked like to the left, maybe. So maybe a power loop type of thing.
Timer stop.
So let's get it turned around for the takeoff.
Timer start.
There we go. Get a little more airspeed before we go to the rudder.
Timer stop.
So it's flying really good for a
Timer start.
$50 or $60 airplane. And if I really wanted to, I could put an old AR-636 or one of the new 637s if I happen to have it, and maybe set it up with safe and everything. That would be pretty awesome.
Timer start.
But just for something for me to throw in the car and take it out and put some batteries through it and just have a good time. And it's one of those fun planes, right? Because I don't have a lot of money invested in it. So, I mean, it even says Fun Cub right on the wing. That's pretty cool.
Timer start.
At some point, I might put some flaps on this. It does have the line so you can see where to put them. And it's got a little notch where the control horn would be. The only thing that I would have to figure out is it's not marked for the servos. So
Timer stop.
I would have to figure that out and cut into the wing.
Timer start.
But it is pretty small. I don't think it's really necessary.
20 seconds.
I think on a future flight I'll get a really nice
Timer stop.
knife edge out of this. That's pretty smooth right there. And it's telling me it's time to
Timer
land.
stop.
And since it's a Maiden, we will go ahead and do that. And we'll take it back around. Had it a little bit too low and too fast on that approach. I do have the battery pretty far forward,
Timer start. Timer
so we
stop.
might start playing with moving it back just a little bit to try and help slow it down just a little. There we go. That was a pretty good landing. So I'm pretty impressed with this Fun Cub. I got a link in the description box, guys, if you're looking for something that
Timer stop.
you can throw your old electronics in and have a nice new airplane. It's about the same size as the P-51 that I fly all the time. And so it fits in the car really well. Pretty happy with it. I think I'm running like a 7.4 or 7.5 prop on this. I mean, it isn't taking a whole lot. And I was going half throttle most of the time. So this thing really was performing really well. The only thing with the FT motor is it's kind of short. So I had to make standoffs for it to get it out past the cowling. Guys, this thing only needed glue to glue the servos in place. Everything else went together. The whole tail section went on with one screw. The wings, like I said, they just have the quarter turn. Oh man, it was, what else? The tail wheel was already on. The main gear, just push it up and snap into place. I mean, this thing was really easy to put together. I took my time. It took me a couple hours. One thing about this airplane is it doesn't come with any instructions. So even though it was really easy for me, if you've never put an airplane together, this might be a little bit difficult. So just know that if you've flown before and you have the parts left over, you should have put an airplane together before, so maybe it won't be too bad. But I wouldn't buy this and all the parts and put it together. I would definitely make sure this isn't your first airplane. Guys, if you like these videos and you haven't done it already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you guys will know when I'm bringing an airplane out here to fly. And if you don't mind, give me that thumbs up. I need all those thumbs ups that I can get. And I do appreciate your guys' comments. Until next time, I'm Grandpa Gary, and I just got here. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, everybody.